Hello Aries, this is Ashley. Let's do your reading the week of October 10th. We're going to look at past, present, and future. See where you're at, where you're headed. This reading may not resonate for every Aries, so make sure you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for a full picture of what might be going on for you. What else? If you're interested in a personal reading or healing session, make sure to check out the website link below. That is the only way to book a reading. And be sure to follow me over on Instagram as I do daily updates on the collective astrology, and I pull some cards to go with it. So, week of the 10th, October. So, nearly finished with the Mercury retrograde, thank goodness. We've just had that new moon in Libra, and I believe on the 10th is when Saturn stations direct. So kind of a weird month, lots of mental activity with that retrograde, and I think it can almost be kind of a bit of a holding pattern. So the Magician really wanted to pop out there. Let's see what's going on with you, Aries, for the week of October 10th. King of Swords, Four of Wands, Six of Wands, Four of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. At the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So definitely some lovely energy going on for you at this time. Ten of Cups, fortune after, maybe a difficult time. This is, family fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, happiness, sharing, all the feel goods, right? So let's see how that might be coming into play for you for the month. All right, so it does feel like perhaps in the past you've been a little up in the head, like I was just talking about with that. Could very well be related to that Mercury retrograde, and doing a lot of contemplating rather than being in your emotions. But it does look like for this week, the week of the 10th, things are looking really good. Some of you may even be getting married and celebrating a commitment here. So congrats if that applies to you. And I do feel like there's positive things ahead here. Quite a bit of Leo energy coming through in this future position. It looks really good. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, in the past, recent past, I should say, we have yin energy. So this is in the reverse. So something about your feminine energy is being blocked. So really what that means is, maybe not being able or allowing yourself to receive. Could be that you're just, working really hard, really far into your masculine energy, and you're not in a very receptive place. Now that could also be logic over intuition, or mind over heart instead of the other way around. So let's see how that might be, or might have been, since this is in the past, impacting you. King of Swords, Four of Swords, King of Cups. So could be some Scorpio or Aquarius energy that you're dealing with. Really any air sign, water sign, doesn't have to be. That is what is showing up. We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. With the Four of Swords, we're getting the High Priestess, so some Pisces there. And the Five of Wands. With the King of Cups, we have the Page of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles, which also shows up here in the future position. So, it kind of feels to me like in the past, you've kind of had your thinking cap on. You've definitely been more in your head, really contemplating things, looking to the future for a change in events. With the Wheel of Fortune here, you've been kind of waiting for some sort of turn of events in a positive direction here. Perhaps thinking about career, travel even. That King of Swords and Three of Wands together, along with the Wheel of Fortune, could actually be travel. And I think that in some ways you've remained in that kind of contemplative energy, because on some intuitive level you knew that getting into the heart space would maybe cause some drama here. So there could have been some underlying emotions that you were trying to avoid because you knew it would just kind of cause conflict. Perhaps even with a water sign energy here. And so you were kind of just trying to be logical and straightforward and not really get into that more feminine, receptive energy that, is pretty well in charge of that intuitive side of ourselves. Now it could be that in the past, someone here came towards you with a message, an emotional message here. Could have been an apology, could have also just been some sort of offer of love in the past position here. Could have definitely been coming from a King of Cups energy, not gender specific, just someone who is very emotional, intuitive, sensitive, that kind of thing. And I think that the feeling I get here is that you wanted to kind of avoid that for some reason. We'll see if we can get some more of why that was going on. But essentially, just being very, mental in your head, thinking, trying to be logical rather than get too far into your feels. Now, in the present moment, so the week of October 10th, we have calming the waters here, and it says peaceful self-regulation. And so, with that blue kind of coming out of her hands, it almost feels like this attempt to keep those emotions, which is certainly represented by this full moon here, that emotional depth, kind of keep it in check. You know, that King of Cups, he's very solid in his emotions and he has control over them. And so it could very well be that you've just been trying to keep the emotional aspect of the self, you know, calm down. And it looks like that's what you're doing the week of the 10th. Now we have the Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Three of Cups. So certainly could be a marriage that's taking place that's being celebrated. Some sort of union of some kind even. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could just be a reuniting of friends, family. This could even be a family, sorry, let me mute this. I always forget to do that. This could even be a family reunion type of thing happening, and you're trying to, you know, kind of temper those emotions or that emotional side of yourself, perhaps even as a protective measure to, you know, avoid any sort of conflict, or it almost feels almost to avoid like causing any scenes or a situation here. It could even be that you're attending a wedding or a family reunion or some sort of group coming together, and you're attempting to kind of be more logical and control those emotions because you don't want that to be the focus at this event, right? Let's see what that's about. See if we can expand on that a little bit. This could even be that you found out that someone that you care about is getting married and you're trying to just, you know, save face and be brave about that because it may be painful for you. Let's see, what do we have? The Four of Wands, the King of Cups, again, and the Page of Swords, with the Hierophant, we have the Five of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So a lot of Taurus energy coming through there with that Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. We have Scorpio again. Why do we have the Three of Cups? We have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like perhaps this person that approached you in the past with this offer, like you're here sitting in this single independent energy, and somebody came forward with some sort of emotional offer, an apology, just like a, hey, I'm thinking about you, I miss you, you know, whatever that might be. And it does feel like perhaps in the present moment, this same person is communicating with you that they want to come together with you, that they want union with you. But I do feel like you've perhaps had a long-term commitment in the past, a marriage possibly, that didn't work. With that Five of Pentacles there, at some point, some sort of long-term stable relationship ended. Like there was a rejection here. Whether you put an end to it or the other person did, it essentially left this feeling of being kind of rejected out in the cold, and essentially a not good feeling, right? And it could be that this person is wanting union with you and wants to reunite with that Three of Cups. They want to come together with you, have fun, date, celebrate, be together. And then here you are, guarded and stressed out about it. And so it does feel like you are continuing to regulate those emotions and not let them show so much. You're very guarded up here, right? Now, as I was saying, for those of you who may be attending a wedding, it could be that you're trying to self-regulate your emotions because someone that you cared about in the past is in fact getting married, and maybe you're even invited to the wedding here, and you're trying to control those emotions because you at some point maybe had a relationship with this person, perhaps even a marriage with this person, and now they are getting together with someone else, and it is painful, okay? So that's not everyone's story, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that again, because I do still feel like that applies to someone. Now, in the future position, so after the week of the 10th of October, we have La Force. So this is the strength card in this tarot deck. I got this from France. I love it. It's gorgeous. So this last set of oracle cards, I just pulled all the major arcana to see kind of what the outcome would be here in the future position for you. So it looks to me that in the future here, there's going to be some strength needed, some courage here. And it could very well be the courage to continue forward and be okay with your singlehood, essentially. You know, they came forward, sent you a message, whoever this was for you, this King of Cups energy. And you're in this single independent space here. Could very well be working on yourself, building your money, right? And also just kind of creating the right environment for yourself for the most success. And I do feel like that is going well for you with this Six of Wands. But it's almost like this Leo energy with the Strength card and the Six of Wands coming in here. There's this need to be kind of proud of where you're at, and okay with where you're at after having been through this experience that the week of the 10th. Now, we do have the Ace of Swords here. And I think on some level there could be some breakthrough communication coming in, but more so what I'm getting from that is like this understanding that in order to be in the space that you are now, there were things in the past that had to be sacrificed to get here, right? But there are things about your current situation that are to be celebrated, and that others are potentially even recognizing you for, whether it's, you know, just career or your day-to-day life that you've been creating for yourself is, you know, everything has its pros and cons. You know, when you're single and not in a commitment, you have certain freedoms and time and space and that kind of thing. So it does feel like this situation may have been kind of a stressful thing for you. It may have brought up some emotions that you didn't want to revisit again. But I think here in the future position, there's something to be celebrated with having maintained, kind of stood your ground, right? And remained in this independent energy. Let's see what else we get here. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Temperance. And Judgment. I think in some ways, this situation that took place, whether it was attending someone's wedding or someone attempting to reconcile and get back together with you and you were like not having it, I think it's showing you how much you have healed, how much you have progressed. And so that feels really nice. It's like you've spent a lot of time working on yourself, and I think in some ways you're even beginning to recognize just how far you've gone on your own here. Why do we have the Nine of Pentacles? We have the Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords. And with the Ace of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this person, if the scenario about this person communicating with you, wanting to reunite, and you were like, it was really stressing you out, the prospect of that. I think at the same time that you're also very proud of how far you've come and how much healing you have actually done for yourself, and how this past situation, didn't end there for you. You kept going and created a new life for yourself here with the Nine of Pentacles. But I don't think this person's giving up. Right? This person that wanted to reunite, they're not quitting. They're still showing up here. And if anything, it's almost like their offer keeps getting stronger. We initially had the Page back here in the past position. Page of Cups. We're now at the Knight of Cups. And at this juncture, the communication that's coming through is they want a new beginning with you. You are still in this very guarded energy here. With the Nine of Wands and then also that Four of Swords. You may even be trying to block this person's communication. Like block them on social media, block them on your phone. I don't think they're quitting here. So be prepared for that. And it could very well be that the overall energy for the coming future for you is the Strength card, because it's going to take some courage to deal with this person who is really bringing in the heavy, they're not stopping here. So heads up on that. The week of the 10th may be something you're resisting and blocking, and it's causing you stress. It's going to keep coming in. Like, they're not done. It's almost like the more you resist, the more they persist. Right? And so we do have some twin flame signifiers here for me, so that could be something that applies to you. That's not for everyone, but they want victory with you. Like I said, some strong Leo energy coming through here. We have Virgo, water sign, like any water sign, Scorpio most strongly, Pisces also strong, and then a lot of strong Taurus showing up here. So good luck. I think that if there was any message of advice here, it would be to kind of continue to recognize your own growth. your own healing that you've done here, and to stand your ground, whatever that might be for you. But this is going to challenge your courage a bit and your strength when it comes to kind of resisting this, if you want to continue resisting. So interesting. Okay, Aries, I hope that was helpful, and good luck to you in this situation. I will see you next week for another update. I think next week's will have the full moon in our reading, so we'll see what that shakes out to be. I'll see you next time. Bye.